Yo guys, welcome back to another episode of the Khana Prep podcast. And this is I am here with
MOHSIN.
Yeah, man. So as you can see, we are in the same setup as last time, but it's been this podcast today has been madness to put together, bruv. Just finished from the kitchen, and then I rushed here. We didn't have cameras. We were literally recording off our phones, bootstrap process. We've got all the lights on. But like they say, man, the show goes on, innit?
Show must go on.
Show must go on.
We just had to get that. I think the most important thing is consistency. And I think no matter whatever we do, you got to be consistent.
That's it, bro.
So if it's content, it's got to be consistent.
Are you cold?
Am I cold?
Yeah.
Because I know what you're going to ask me to do and I'm not going to do it. So yeah.
No, I'm not going to ask you to do nothing. I was just wondering, like, why are you wearing a jacket?
I don't know. I thought I'd go for a bit of a chilled out look today.
Chilled out look?
Yeah.
Okay.
No blazers today. No, my dad's blazers didn't come with me today.
But how are people supposed to know that you're chilled out when you're wearing a...
I'm chilled out. If you know me properly, if you get to know me, this is me being normal. When I'm wearing a jacket, I'm chilled out.
Fair enough,
man.
Cool, man. No, man, like, you've recently come back from Turkey, innit?
Yeah, alhamdulillah. You know, we came back from Turkey, went on... What day did I go on? Monday, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was the last time we recorded.
Yeah, that's in fact, I think we said in the podcast as well.
Yeah.
Like, next time we'll be talking about Turkey. So we came back from Turkey. I went to Istanbul, went with my wife, my daughter, my parents, and my niece. It was great fun. Yeah, it was great fun, man. You gonna ask me questions, or do you want me to just carry on talking?
No, bro, carry on talking, man. It's not an interview, bro. But no, I just wanted to know, like, obviously, like, it's like a foodie capital, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Look, let me say something. Yeah, look, when you're on a diet and you go to Istanbul, let's just say you're going in a bulking phase for a couple of days.
Diet and non-existing.
Food was exceptional. You know, it was really nice. The desserts were exceptional.
Yeah.
Very nice. The scenes were beautiful. The museums, the mosques, the art, it was just on point, man.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, it's good, man. Apparently, you went back for like third time to a dessert place. Apparently,
Look,
explain the story. There's a famous dessert place in Turkey. Apparently, I don't know about it, but you can tell
like
the
you
story.
said, yeah, like with the podcast, consistency is key in it.
Yeah.
So I took the same principle for desserts.
Oh, okay.
So
You consistently went back to the third time.
went back,
in the same day,
doing the same
in the same hour.
just to make sure the standards are kept the same.
Yeah.
So
You had to check it was halal for the third time. Yeah.
there's a place in Turkey called Hafiz Mustafa.
Okay.
Is
he Hafiz?
I'm assuming. It's been around, that shop's brand has been around for about 100, 150 years now. I think 1864 or something is when he came around. Anybody watching this podcast and they've been to Turkey and didn't go to Hafiz Mustafa, they lost out on Turkey, because it's got many branches around Turkey. It's open 24/7.
Really?
Yeah, 24/7.
24/7?
24/7. We went at 1 o'clock in the night, 2 o'clock in the night, it was open.
Is it busy at that time?
Packed.
All day long?
Packed.
That's
Absolutely packed.
That's mad.
So their dessert menu is so big that I had to schedule it for 3 days to get a good understanding of of all the...
How big is the menu?
Massive. It's a folder. Right?
Legit?
Yeah, it's literally a folder. So it's got baklawas, it's got Turkish delights, it's got milk cakes, but you know what? They taste sublime. And there's not even one dessert that tastes sublime. It's like every dessert you try, you're like, oh my God, subhanAllah, this is banging. And
No,
then
you said a few of them didn't taste that good.
Like me, I like my kunafa. You know that, right? I like kunafa, right? And I had some in Saudi. I guess I compare everything to that standard.
There's the Saudi one, the cream of the crop.
It was. I think there's kunafa and there's basbousa. I love that. Obviously, haven't really quite hit the standard in the UK. Obviously, anybody here, in the podcast is watching it, if they know any good kunafa,
listen, if your mom's Arab, yeah, and she can make some good kunafa, man, send us.
I will go visit that kunafa place anywhere in the UK.
Yeah.
If anybody's got.
I've been searching for a banging kunafa place for a minute, and I haven't found one. I mean, to be fair, shout out Isa. The brother Isa took us to a food tour for the first time. Isa, man, your reputation's online. You know, any person that says, bro, I'm going to take you out to eat, yeah? You know your reputation's on the line.
That's it.
Because the place that you take us is buzz, yeah? We're not going to go out to eat with you again, bro. You know what I mean? But Isa pulled through. Isa took us to like a few spots. But he took us to this sweet shop, this Arab sweet shop. That, bro, I swear to God, I used to work around there and I used to do Amazon delivery like a couple of years ago. and that place is like an industrial estate where we went to. I could have sworn I would have went up and down that road 50 million times. Could have never guessed it was a dessert shop because it's like right in the corner, like you know those little spots, those hole in the wall spots that you find.
So I just remember, but the light's not supposed to be off.
Yeah, the light's supposed to be off. Do you turn the lights off? Should I turn the lights off?
No, just to keep going, I guess.
Oh, about it, man. You keep going. The show must go on. Sorry, Saf, if you're editing this, bro. You must thinking these guys. I just got off the phone to them to switch the lights off. You didn't switch the lights off. But no, So I've never really had a good kunafa. I've always fell in love with kunafa because I remember once I saw an Instagram video of someone eating this cheese thing with like it had like, you know, the crust on top and the rose water syrup. And I always fell in love with it from then. And when I first tasted it in Edgware Road, I was like, bro, this is bang. But obviously it wasn't the proper one, but it was my first introduction. But it was really nice. And I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna be something controversial because this is kunafa experts can debate me on this, but the kunafa with the flaky top is buzz. The kunafa with the, you know, the cakey top, the one that's like a cakey, you know what I mean? That one, that's the best one. The Lebanese kunafa.
Talking about Edgware Road, actually, I went there once to have kunafa, right?
Not to do shisha.
No, bro. Toba, bro. And I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Not to do shisha.
That kunafa, I could have sworn they went to literally.
Oh my days! Sorry, bro. Sorry. Show must go on. Well, I'm recording. 1 second. Sorry, bro. Sorry about that. Oh man. Sorry, man. You carry on. What are you saying?
So we're doing the podcast and the editing at the back at the same time. What a day. But yeah, so I went to this Edgware Road kunafa place, and I kid you not, they must have got cheese literally from the corner shop and just melted it and put in the kunafa.
Cheddar cheese from Tesco, bro.
And just dipped milk on top of it. It tasted so bad. But enough of kunafa, to be honest.
Wait, they put milk on top of the kunafa?
I don't know what they did to it, man. It tasted so bad. I felt, I don't know what it was. But on a serious note, though.
No, but how was the overall experience with Turkey?
I think Turkey was an amazing experience. I would recommend anybody to go to Turkey, to be honest. There's lots of food places. I think the people there are very, very nice. Very helpful. Like, kid you not, I was walking down to the train station, or not train station, not train station. They've got a lot of trams in there. Right? A lot of trams in Turkey. Public transport is quite, very affordable. A lot of people use, the metro and the trams. And the ticket system, couldn't really understand it, what was going on with it. So many people stopped and said, look, let me do it for you. And they literally sat there. You probably think these guys are going to con us, they're going to take money from us. They literally stood there, put in the money for us, got the tickets, handed us the tickets and say, listen, this is how you do it, and explained us everything. Really helpful people. And let me tell you one more thing I think I made a Facebook post about this, or an Instagram post about this as well, is how Turkey treats animals. I'm telling you, it's something I found really, really exceptional. You see, I feel like Turkey, this is the Istanbul area that I was in. I feel like the whole community takes responsibility of cats and dogs. Like, there's cats and dogs everywhere. I'm talking about proper dogs. I'm not talking about small dogs. I'm talking about huge dogs, right? They're not on the leash. They're not owned by anybody. They're
stray.
I think they're stray, or maybe the government looks after, because they're all clipped. Like, and I think they've all got these things on their ears. And all of them look so well looked after, and all the cats and dogs look so healthy. And I saw with my own eyes, people have actually put pillows on the floor, blankets on the floor. They're climbing the stools. So the cats, normally you see an animal come, people are kicking them away.
Yeah.
The cats are just going on the stools, walking around. They're giving them food. There's food along the side of all the roads, so people can eat. The cats are eating food. And so many cats and dogs. Like, literally, you can't walk anywhere without seeing cats and dogs there.
That's amazing.
And they're walking right past you. And, everyone's going up to them, patting them, looking after them. I thought
standard procedure there.
Yeah, that was very, I found that really beautiful. I thought that really amazing.
Turkey's underrated, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, man.
Turkey's definitely underrated. I definitely want to go at some point in my life.
That's our next trip, man. I'm going to go with you.
Yeah, man, inshallah.
Yeah, man.
100%.
Inshallah.
Well, a few places I want to go. I don't really travel, to be honest with you. The only place I've been as a holiday on my backpack, is, you know, we went Wales the other day. This is where I went. Like when I was 18, I went. I don't know why I went there. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be Wales. You think like the meadows and all that. Now I went to the worst part of Wales as a holiday. But no, I haven't really stepped outside of Slough apart from going to Pakistan. But you know, that's not really a holiday, innit?
Nah, it's holiday. I don't rate that. You know
What?
that people say Pakistan's not holiday.
It's not really.
Pakistan's a beautiful place.
It's nice, isn't it? But
You just need to know where to go.
when man speak barn on the
Yeah, no, but
on the floor,
Pakistan
bro.
is a beautiful place. I think a lot of people have been going there recently as well. You know, the mountains. I mean, it's got one of the most beautiful like places.
No, it
in the
is
world.
when you travel around Pakistan. The northern areas are really nice, but usually when people say I'm going to Pakistan next year, it's you're seeing your family going to stay in like an auntie's house or something. Gonna go
That's
there,
true. You're right about that.
probably get stomach ulcers from the food and that.
That's true. And most people when they go to Pakistan, they just with family. But if you actually travel to Pakistan, like
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's
a
really
nice
beautiful,
area,
yeah.
man. I think this is what I was thinking. I was talking with one of my siblings, and we were saying like, bro, our culture has so much inner beauty that we actually take it for granted. Like the colors, the food, the landscapes, the people. Like I say sometimes the people. No, but it's we've got such a rich history, and especially like from what the country's been through, Pakistan and India, it's got such a rich history. Imagine like our grandparents or our parents are the last generation that would have experienced partition in their lifetime. You know, we talk about partition. They're the last generation.
yeah,
That's
no,
mad,
100%.
innit?
I remember my grandparents used to tell me stories about Pakistan and India. In fact, 'cause they were there when they were migrated from at the time they were staying in India to move to Pakistan. And I remember the whole story. And the thing is, I think it's very important to understand as well about Pakistan and India. They speak very fondly of India, you know. Or no, at the time, I think it was called Hindustan. I think it was called. They speak very fondly of it, and a lot of people have this in their mind that you know the whole partition thing was all doom and gloom. Yes, things might have happened during that period, but they had very fond memories. You know, may Allah bless them and grant them Jannah. I think most of my nana and my dad and dadi passed away now, but my dada and my nana, I spent a lot of time with them because I stayed in Pakistan for some years as well, and I spent a lot of time with them. So I heard stories firsthand from them, and they would tell me stories like fresh stories out of there. So they were very proud of where they used to live. You know, I guess political and circumstances caused them to happen whatever happened.
Where did your family originally live in India?
To be honest, I knew you were going to ask me that question. I was like racking my mind. Like, please don't forget. And I think I've actually
You
forgotten.
don't even know, bro.
Was it Jalalabad or something? I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Jalebi bad.
I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm not
I'm
going to lie to you.
dangerous.
I'm not going to say something. Just make it up.
No, we came from, I think, Rajasthan. My granddad came. My mom's side. My mom's dad came from Rajasthan, and then I think I don't know where the rest of them came from, but they came from somewhere, bro. You know what I mean?
All cultures have something to offer. I think, the Pakistan, Indian culture, Asia generally, all cultures. You go to different places. For example, like when I went to Turkey, you know, even their culture, you know, was different, but you experience a lot. You learn a lot from them. You know, their food is a lot more healthier by the looks of it. You know, obviously I ate a lot of it, but you know, it's generally more like grilled vegetables, steamed vegetables.
Yeah, I've
roasted
noticed I have a lot
vegetables.
of vegetables. The grilled tomatoes and the chilies are mandatory.
But yeah, it was a fantastic time, and I think I'd like to, because obviously I was on my diet and I went there and I had a lot of food out there as well. A lot of food.
Are you still in your diet?
Yeah.
Are you still in your diet?
Yeah, I'm back on my diet.
When did you start?
It's not
Like last hour.
You know, it's a good question when you start, and I was asking myself the question as well. I don't think I ever stopped. I went there. We had a few days.
Took a break.
Yeah, not even a break, to be honest. I don't want to say a break. As in, I went there.
Took a prolonged
We ate
cheat meal.
excessively, or not excessively, but as in we ate a lot. But I think it just means my average for the weeks, for the few days have gone up now. It just means I just need to cut back on not my calories, just cut back on my normal calories. When I mean normal calories, make sure I'm in a deficit, and hopefully over the next 1 or 2 weeks, the average will kind of balance itself out, and hopefully be back in the weight loss again.
Yeah.
That's very important, especially for this December season. New Year's coming up, everybody's going to be munching them Asda, Tesco, Weight Roses, cookies, biscuits, chocolates, whatever you want to call it. And everybody's probably thinking, oh man, you know what, I'm screwed up, what am I going to do? Enjoy yourself, man.
I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday, I fully ate the biggest munch. You know, because you're flipping, bro. He came back here to the UK, with a box full of baklava and a box full of Turkish Delight, which I've never been a fan of, and I didn't really want to try it. But when you brought it yesterday, I tried it. I was like pleasantly surprised of actually tasted really nice.
That shop is amazing.
It's no.
Hafiz Mustafa.
Shout out my boy Mustafa, man. You I had baklava. I had the sweets there, like 5. Yeah, I one of each. There was like 5 selections. I had one of each. But then I went home and I was like, bruv, I calculated the calories from that. Yeah, I was like, bruv, I know it's handmade, and I'm pretty sure it's made with a lot of love, and a lot of love means a lot of sugar. So. I thought like I fully ate like 1,000 calories because I don't know how many. You don't know how many calories you're eating from baklava. You don't know, and the better the baklava tastes, the more calories is in it, bro. Just know.
That's true, actually.
That's the main thing, bro. So I was like, bro. So I had my normal dinner. I was like, bro, bun it, bro. I ate 2-3 naans, few chicken. I had a lot of salad because I thought if I'm gonna eat a lot, let me balance out with more salad than that. But no, so I went.
I never understand that, when people have dessert and they'll put fruit in dessert. I don't like fruit in dessert. I'm not going to say straight up.
Fruit's bang.
Not in dessert.
No, it does.
No, in dessert.
No, it is. No, you know what they do? Because it's a. I mean, this is a food technicality. Because obviously, you know what I'm saying. But if you have a high sugary food, the acidity, depending on what fruit you have. For example, if you have pancakes and maple syrup and butter, and you have fresh strawberries that are tart. They're not ripe, but they're tart. They're just about to go sweet. It cuts the butter and the fatty sugariness. It gives another layer to it. So that's why they add fruit, not necessarily because people want fruit with thing, but they add it because of a different layer of flavor.
It's silicone, though, innit? No? I want to have my dessert and sugar. I don't want to feel bad when I'm eating my sugar, man. It makes me feel like I'm cheating.
No, I like having fruit, man.
Fair enough. We agree to disagree there.
But no, man, that's good. But you mentioned a good point when you in regards to like starting a diet back up again. Like it's a bit of a, because my point is like diets are the hardest to keep when you haven't done it either for a period of time, and 2, either you've never done it before. But if you get over that first week, the key things I've learned, I've clocked about diets, it's about momentum. It's about momentum. The more momentum you build, like every day you're on a deficit. Every day you're going gym. Every day you're on a deficit for a few weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months. You're on a deficit. You go in, and then you have you go to Turkey, for example, and you have a week full of eating crap. You've already got that momentum, so you pick it back up the next week.
100%.
You know what I mean?
I think what you said there is very key, is momentum, and I think being realistic with your diet as well. I think if you, like you said, that it takes you a week to kick in, and I agree with that to a certain extent. But it's also about understanding the laws of energy balance. I think that's very, very important as well. Like as long as you're cutting back on calories. Now, let's say, for example, I've gone to Turkey now, and my scale's up by 3-4 kilos, And I'm not gonna lie to you,
lot, bro.
I did feel like getting the scale and breaking it. But for a second, let me explain. I guarantee you, people watching this podcast today, are gonna be like, you know what, that's me right now. In December, I've eaten all these, because right now all the best desserts come out. You go to this Christmas special and eat all these special desserts coming out and whatnot, and everybody's munching them.
Christmas pudding.
Yeah,
with alcohol on top. Stuck for a lot. What are you talking about, bro? You the one that said it.
But so they're all munching that dessert, which is fine. But look, remember, you're not going to. So I'm going up by 3-4 kilos, but that's not going to be 4 kilos worth of body fat. That's not 4 kilos of body fat. You can't physically gain 4-5 kilos worth of body fat in 4 days.
So question: when people eat bad on their diets, what is that weight the next day?
Okay, before we talk about next day, can I just one thing I wanted to add?
No, you can't.
But the issue about bad that one day, I think this is also a psychological thing, and we should adjust that. We should never call food bad, right? I think what we should look at it as, the way we should refer to food as, you had more calories, you had 1,000 calories or 2,000 calories and you had excessive something. I think from a mental perspective, to look at food as good and bad, I think is detrimental for people. I think personally it's dangerous, because when you start looking at food and you see food as good and bad, your body doesn't see it like that. Yes, some foods have more health benefits than others, but no food is bad. It's about how much you eat it. I mean, you have fruit, which is supposed to be a good food, and you had fruit all day long, and you had tons and tons and tons and tons of it. Even that's going to cause you issues. Even water. Now you can die from having excessive number, die about whatever their health condition is. If you have excessive amounts of water, it can cause you health issues. Now, who would think water doesn't have any issues, even though it has 0 calories?
That's true.
So I think we should look at food in terms of, we shouldn't categorize food good or bad. You should be like, maybe categorize in quantity. So this food, I'm going to have this much quantity. So also, you could go back to your question, what you said about, what is that the next day? It's a number of things. It could be water weight. For example, if you've had something, it could be, food generally has water content in it. It can be just carbs. If you've had quite a starchy and a carby meal, it could be just if you've had like lots of rice and naan or something, the next day you shop. That's just because carb holds water, right? It's starchy, so that it could be that. And look, the scale of when you're losing weight, I don't think anybody has like a linear negative downward spiral. It's always going to be fluctuating up, down, up, down. As long as the trend line is naturally going down, I think that's what we need to be looking at. Does that answer the question?
It does, man.
Yeah.
It does,
That's very important.
That's good. 2022.
Listen,
bruv, it's crazy because
it's a big year for Khana Prep for sure.
It's a big year, man.
Big year for Khana Prep. As in, I've got huge expectations.
Inshallah.
For Khana Prep. God willing, it's gonna. We've spent so long adjusting menus, and not just adjusting menus, is to make food, like we said, to make people enjoy food and lose weight.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's the main goal with Khana Prep. Like when we started when we started Khana Prep, legit, we said it like a few times before, but legit, it was just to have food accessible that you feel like you're not even on a diet.
I mean, let's be real. I think
you're still gonna be on a diet, but it's gonna taste good.
We've had our first menu. We've tried it for a time. We've had improvements to make on ourselves. Yeah. I think as a business is important. And one of the most important things as human beings is to understand where our weaknesses and strengths are. I think we've seen where our weaknesses are. We've seen where our strengths are. We're focusing on the strengths. And hopefully this next menu that's going to come out.
What did you think? How was the last 6 months of Khana Prep? I mean, we started from home originally. Like we were in a domestic setup for 2 years. We started Khana Prep. And then we went to a commercial kitchen. It started commercially at the middle of last year or this year, so June 2021.
The concept's been cooking for 2 years, but we've had an official soft launch about 5-6 months ago.
Yeah. June 2021. I think we launched in it. So how was your last 5-6 months of Khana Prep? How's your experience been?
I think it's been a learning curve.
Yeah.
Right. And in honesty, I think it's been a learning curve for everybody. Really. I think we've understood what people like, what the Khana Prep family likes, and I like to call them family, because I like to have a relationship with all our, it's not just customers. I would see them as family. They're the Khana Prep family. So I think they've taught us a lot. I think we've had very constructive feedback, and and enough love for everybody, who gave us good feedback, and as well as negative feedback. And I think it's the problems that make solutions. You see, if you don't have a problem, how are you going to know there's a solution? So I appreciate people, letting us know that, look, this is what you can improve on, this is what you can fix. And I think that problem has what's really, really, those problems and negative constructive feedbacks that we've had is what's really pushed us for this next menu to this has got to be perfection. Yeah. And it probably won't be perfect, but it's raised the standards. So, and we're going to deliver at that standard.
It's going to be banging, bro. It's going to be banging.
It's going to be banging, inshallah. I think, inshallah, we put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, a lot of work.
We've tested it. I mean, God knows how many times. And unfortunately, what happens in the food industry as it is, that you do everything excellent, you have so many people are buying from you, and then, but it's the people who don't have the best experience on that one odd meal that are going to speak the loudest.
Yeah.
And you know what? I appreciate it, to be honest. Who's not going to get upset when the food doesn't taste, to the expectation they expected? But I think that's just an opportunity for us to raise our standards.
Yeah, I mean, with this menu that's coming out, this menu has been chopped and changed so many times. I think it's very few of the original menu items that were originally on that spreadsheet when we first confirmed it are on it now.
Yeah. 100%.
Just to talk over the menu items that didn't make it. Sushi. We tried doing sushi. Remember sushi?
That didn't go down.
Bro, we tried doing sushi I started thinking outside the box. Like, what is no one doing, bro? What is no meal prep business doing? And I was like, they're not doing sushi. And I found out there's a reason why they're not doing it, because you can't do it, bro. At scale, that stuff is hard, bro.
100%. I think,
bro, I'm making sushi with basmati rice. I don't even make a basmati rice.
I was reading a book last night, actually, and it mentioned a comment in there in which it said, I can't remember the name of the book. I like to read on different areas, and one of the things that you just mentioned is that a smart person has a plan, right? but a person that has great experience understands there's always an exception. Whatever you set out your plan to be, that will be the plan. It will always be open to change, and the willingness to adapt to change is very important.
Yeah.
I think that can go. It can go for Khana prep, but it can go forward to anything like that. People who are on a diet, for example, they set out thinking that a certain type of food is going to work out for them, and then after a few weeks they're like, actually no, but I know my body is very responsive to certain types of food. Like for example, I know I'm extremely sensitive to carbs. Now people might say, well, that's not scientifically, it's calories. No, but people have different things they're sensitive to. I know, for example, if I have deep fried food, I get a bad stomach, right? I mean, it starts to hurt, and I can get like a medical problem if I need it, if it happens. You get what I'm trying to say? So I think a smart person always knows that there's a what you call it? There's a rule, and a smart person also understands they know when to adapt.
Is that why you don't have chicken and chips anymore?
Chicken and chips. Do you not understand how I love chicken and chips?
Philip burger meal, bro.
Oof.
You don't have it anymore because of that.
Yeah, I try to avoid deep fried stuff, to be honest.
The number 6 spicy with the wings, bro. Woof.
I do like it. I know we'll have it. I
mean,
won't say no
extra
to it.
mayo tub in that, large fries. So
I won't say no to it. But I don't. The thing is, when you stay away from, and that's another thing I think I would like to mention to everybody, and just something that's worked out for me, is, when you start to understand how your body adjusts to certain types of food, like I used to eat that food on a regs. When I went up to 30 kilos or 30 kilos up, I used to eat that on a regular, once or twice a day.
Wow.
Yeah, like regular.
Twice a day, yeah.
Because I think I mentioned I mentioned my podcast, the timetable. I just never had the only thing I had was to buy something on the fly. But when you've adjusted yourself to eating and being a bit more systematic in the way you eat and do things, you naturally become averse to that type of food. Like you have that food, it's nice for a half a bite, but then you're like, you know what? It doesn't register in your body.
Yeah.
You feel off, you feel sluggish, you feel tired, So yeah, it doesn't register, man.
Cool, guys. Well, listen, we need to cut this podcast a little short. I mean, they can't rely on these cameras in it, but hopefully we're coming on the audio platform soon. We're gonna be.
Are we cutting the show?
What time is it now?
Yeah, well, it's only been what?
Well, let me check the cameras.
27 minutes and that.
Check the cameras and that. That's recording. That's still recording. Yeah. Okay, we can carry on.
We're still going. Or do you want to do that 2-part thing? After 30 minutes, stop it and then
No, I
start
mean,
again.
it can carry on. You
sure?
Go 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah? It says some more 10 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, 10 minutes, yeah. I mean, that stopped recording because someone called me.
Yeah. Is it still working?
It's still on.
Yeah, that's good. Be good.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. No, I'm looking forward to it. It's last 6 months for me, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, it's been a massive learning curve. Like, I didn't, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, beginning of this year, I was working in Amazon warehouse, yeah, packing orders. This time last year, I was packing orders for Amazon and that. Everyone's saying Amazon warehouse is a bad job, bro. I'm telling you, like, yeah, fair enough. The working conditions, questionable, but it's a massive business. It's the biggest business in the world, arguably. So you can imagine, like, the people are under stress, and the stress kind of. Jeff Bezos is under so much stress. He's putting all the stress down to his workers. Everyone's stressed. We will all got something in common. We're all stressed, bro. That's the main thing. But no, point aside, like I was working at Amazon warehouse, still at that, like a start of the year, Khana prep was a bit up in the air because we didn't know whether we were going to move into a commercial space or not. It was still like, are we going to do it? Are we not going to do it?
Let me tell you that story, man. Like we invested.
Can I finish my point first?
No.
Please.
Who said to talk?
What do you mean, bro? Guys, listen, man. We're two fiery characters. We can.
It's messy.
No, I'm joking.
Go for it.
Yeah, let me speak now. So what I was saying was, at that moment, Khana prep was still up in the air. We didn't know if it was gonna carry on or not. And then I remember just like being like, bro, legit, like I've got like no other option, bro. Like I don't want to be in I don't want to be in an Amazon warehouse for the rest of for the foreseeable future. It was good money, like alhamdulillah, like, the money was good there, but it's not a job that I could see myself doing. Like it was a lot of physical work, man, a lot of strenuous literally back-breaking work. But when alhamdulillah we got the green light that we're gonna move into the commercial space, we started. Yeah, it's been a blessing, a learning curve. I've been learning a lot more about myself in terms of an individual, learning a lot more how to like it's so underrated. People talk about, oh, you need to be a team player, you need to, learn to talk to people properly. I'm learning that now. Like I'm working with people that I not necessarily sometimes see eye to eye, but I'm learning to hold my tongue in certain issues where before I would just say whatever blase, bruv, you know what? You know what I mean? You know what I would,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we would say stuff straight, but you can't say things straight in every situation. But you can, but you gotta word it in a different way because everyone's different. So I'm learning a lot about myself in that regard.
What you mentioned is a really important point. Actually, I was, I teach on the weekends, and I had parents' evening with the students this weekend, and I was telling the parents that when you're dealing with your children, you've got to learn when to win some and lose some. You've got to win some battles and you've got to lose some battles. And you tell somebody the wrong every single thing is like, what do you win? So you've got to let the child know or somebody know that you're winning some and you lose some. You just got to know which ones you're willing to win and which ones you're willing to lose.
Yeah.
Sometimes losing is winning. You just got to know
It's in the long term.
in the long term.
Long term, yeah.
So it's very important. I think what you mentioned is, and for me as well. I mean, a year down the line, when I remember when we were talking about Khana prep in the last 6-7 months, you were talking about, we were looking for commercial kitchens, and I was like thinking to myself, and this is probably something I'm probably sharing right now. I only shared it with you. Even I was thinking to myself, like, how is Khana prep going to work? We need a commercial facility. We need flexibility. What do we do? And then I literally woke up one day and said, listen, we're going to build a commercial kitchen. We're going to build a commercial kitchen.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a joke. When I remember when I first mentioned it to you, looking at me like, bro, this guy's talking about building a commercial kitchen. That ain't not going to happen. Like, like, how are we going to pull out a commercial kitchen? But it happened. Alhamdulillah. Kitchen is there. We've got, the state-of-the-art technology in there. I'm sure we're going to make it even better as the processes get bigger and bigger. And we've got our own kitchen. We've got our own house. We get cracking with it.
Yeah.
And now, again, before that, Khana prep was a concept.
Yeah.
And we are the proof of concept. I lost 30 kilos through Khana prep, So the proof is in the pudding.
22 kilos from Khana
So,
prep.
exactly.
But
So-
I've gained 4 more, so I'm losing them again through Khana prep. New menu out soon, so you know what I mean?
So it's it was a big process. I mean, Khana prep is a concept. Like if you look at where Khana prep has come from, it came from 2 people not meeting to a concept coming up to proof of concept by eating those meals and losing weight, because I wasn't gonna launch a product we weren't gonna launch a product if the proof wasn't in the pudding. We lost that weight. Heard it was to build a kitchen. We built the kitchen. We got a kitchen, and now inshallah I've got big dreams for Khana prep in this coming year. I think we're gonna go places, and all the people out there, probably thinking we're talking about Khana prep. I think the Khana prep is there for people who want to lose weight. It's there for people who are busy and want good food. It's people who want to eat healthy food, and it's people who want to eat tasty food. It's there for everybody.
Yeah, it is, man. We're doing a sales pitch right now, but honestly, in all honesty, guys, like New Year's coming up, you're gonna gain weight, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Even if you're not flipping Barry, if your name is not Barry, Steve, Darren, or Michael, you're still gonna gain weight, bro. We all know like the Asians love eating excessively whenever there's a bank holiday or whatever the case may be. I know definitely my family got something planned. We don't celebrate Christmas, innit? Obviously, you know what I mean? Stuff for Allah and that. But we have the roast dinner, innit? But we don't have it with turkey. We have chicken and that, so it's not really a roast turkey. But you get what I mean? We have the Yorkshire puddings and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, what I'm saying is that we go all out on those days, like meaning that my dad's already fully told me, like, do not keep a diet on that day. We're gonna be cooking food, and you're not gonna have a diet. I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna have a diet that day. So I'm eating clean up until that day. But my point is, like, you're gonna mess up in the next few weeks up until the new year. It's a solution, even if you don't go with Khana prep, but just know that you can always pick yourself back up. And I don't know what I'm talking about, but by Khana prep, bro.
No, when you look, you're right. Look, December is a tough time. It's cold. There's a lot of like different types of food available, desserts, lunch, dinner. People are going to be calling. People are going. There's more back holidays, so naturally you're going to be meeting people. I mean, it's important to say for people to stay safe as COVID. So make sure you guys stay safe. And just apart from that, people are going to be meeting each other.
Yeah.
So naturally you're going to fall off. But if you want a clean line, January we've got we'll become. You guys are going to have everyone's going to have New Year's resolutions, whatever you call it. Just get cracking with it. And if Khana prep can be part of that journey, and we can be part of that journey, and love seeing people's transformations. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
100%.
that's what keeps people happy in Khana Prep.
People message us like about, oh, we've lost 5 kg with Khana Prep or 2 kg with Khana Prep. I'm finally losing weight with Khana Prep. Bro, it's amazing. It's amazing to hear that because it's just, you know what I mean? It works, bro.
That's it, man. And
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
that's it, man. I think we've got a podcast in and we've got a session in today.
Yeah,
Which
this was abrupt, man. Legit. If you thought of like legit yesterday, we were like up in the air about is this podcast gonna happen or not, and we're like, well, we gotta get cracking in it. I don't know what's gonna happen about next week, but at least this week sorted. Innit?
We done.
You know what I mean?
We done. Inshallah, no. And if you guys, if anybody wants to jump on the podcast and you're watching this, comment on the video.
Yeah, if you got something of value to give, if you feel like you can come,
anybody's, yeah.
anyone, yeah.
Yeah, if they're in the sports field, if they're in the fitness field, if you work, you want to talk about your transformation.
Bring your dad on.
You want to bring your father on.
Bring your dad on. You can talk about how you wear his clothes all the time.
Yeah, my dad's been quite proud of that, really. But no, I think just generally, and if you want something, if you would like clarity on other issues, post in the comments. If you want any topics you want us to discuss about, put that in the comments. Give us more ideas. This is new to us, so we're always looking for new ideas. So let us know, and we'll be happy to discuss it.
Cool, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been another episode of the Khana Prep podcast. I've been your host, MASOOD.
And I've been your host, MOHSIN.
And yeah, thank you for tuning in. Have a great New Year's, and hopefully see you next week. But if not, we'll see you in the new year.